One of Africa's most decorated footballers, Eto'o currently plays for Italian Serie A club Internazionale. He has come a long way from his humble beginnings in his hometown of Nkon. The striker has participated in 2 World Cups and 5 African Nations Cups, winning 2, and is the all-time leading scorer in the history of the African Nations Cup with 18 goals. Samuel Eto'o was born on the 10th of March 1981 in Cameroon, a country with a population of just under 19 million. Cameroon is not one of the poorest African nations. However, there are parts of the country where people still live in poverty. Samuel grew up in relatively modest surroundings, especially when compared to his current wealth. He joined Real Madrid in 1997 at the age of 16. As he was still a minor, he trained with Real Madrid B. When Real Madrid B were relegated to the Segunda Division B, where non-European players are not permitted to play, he was loaned to second division club CD Leganes. He was also loaned to Espanyol and Mallorca in the following seasons. After a 4-year stint at Spanish First Division team Mallorca, Samuel Eto'o signed with FC Barcelona. He left Mallorca as the club's all-time leading domestic league scorer with 54 goals. Eto'o debuted for Barcelona in the season opener on the 29th of August 2004. The team had a fantastic year, winning the La Liga title. The following season yielded an even better result, with the club reclaiming the La Liga title and winning the Champions League title. Samuel's personal haul was just as impressive. He won the La Liga Top Scorer Award and also the UEFA Best Forward of the Year Award. He also won an incredible 3rd consecutive African Player of the Year award. He finished 3rd in the running for the FIFA World Player of the Year, making him only the 2nd African footballer to place in the top 3. This capped off a truly remarkable season. The star striker then suffered an injury blow, which derailed his 06-07 season, in which he was only able to make 9 league appearances. He aggravated the injury again the following season. He was back in good form in 08-09, helping Barcelona to the treble, the La Liga title, the Champions League and the Copa del Rey, an amazing achievement. Looking back over his career at the club, the highlight for Samuel would probably have been the 2006 Champions League final, in which they faced English team Arsenal. Arsenal had defeated Real Madrid, Juventus and finally Spanish club Villarreal to get to the final.
I think that they did a great job. They're a very good team, a lot of youngsters, and yeah, they deserve to reach to the finals. So it means that it's a seriously strong opponent for us.
Barcelona defeated Chelsea, Benfica and Milan on the way to the final. Samuel had a very strong tournament in the lead-up and spoke about the threats in the strong Arsenal side.
The biggest threat is not Thierry Henry, it's Arsenal. Inside the squad, there is not only Thierry Henry, who you must take into account, but also the whole team, not only Thierry Henry. Because there is Reyes, Van Persie and also Kolo Touré, who scored in 2 semi-finals. A game is never won before playing.
The match presented a thrilling prospect to the fans, but Arsenal manager Arsène Wenger reiterated the importance of not getting caught up in hype about Henry and Ronaldinho, as there were many other factors involved when a football match is played.
No, I believe that, what is important for us is that we beat Barcelona. Of course, I'm confident that Thierry will highly contribute to that, but as I said, it's first Arsenal against Barcelona and not Thierry Henry against Ronaldinho. That is the most important, and I believe it's very important we keep that priorities in our mind.
Wenger played Henry up front, and the dangerous striker had an immediate impact, taking 2 promising shots on goal early in the game. Both were saved by Barca goalkeeper Victor Valdés. In the 18th minute, Arsenal goalkeeper Jens Lehmann became the first person to be sent off in a European Cup final after he brought down Samuel outside the Arsenal box. Ronaldinho sent the resulting free kick wide. Despite their numerical disadvantage, Arsenal scored in the 35th minute by Sol Campbell. Campbell headed in the shot from a free kick taken after Puyol fouled Eto'o. They held the lead for the remainder of the half. Samuel was able to score the equaliser for Barcelona in the 76th minute. With the game drawn, the previously optimistic Arsenal fans started to worry. An aggressive Barcelona were going forward with more purpose. Arsenal fans were right to be worried, as 4 minutes later, Belletti scored for Barca, putting them 2-1 up. The match was over 10 minutes later, with Barcelona the champions.
And I think it was an attractive game. Arsenal started really well. We a little bit less, but after a while we grew into the game.
Barcelona fans celebrated a terrific win, capping off an even more terrific season. It had been the perfect tournament for Samuel Eto'o, who sealed the dream with the Man of the Match award. He went on to receive the UEFA Best Forward of the Year award following his strong performances at the tournament.
2006 winner of the Champions League, FC Barcelona. And that's the thing that counts, that's the thing that matters. That's the most important thing.
Rumours of Samuel's possible departure from the club surfaced in 2007 due to a clash between him and Ronaldinho, but they were quickly quashed by manager Frank Rijkaard. Speculation about a transfer did the rounds again in 2009. Samuel was open-minded about the potential transfer.
I will say humbly that you have considered me one of the best players in the world. I have won many individual prizes. I am not scared to make a decision. If I cannot evolve in Barcelona the way I would like to, I will do it elsewhere. Because there are other opportunities out there, and that is what we are looking into this summer.
He ended up signing with Inter Milan in July 2009 and was soon looking forward to a prosperous future with the Italian powerhouse.
If I didn't think the Italian league was one of the best leagues in the world, I would never have come here. What I can say, no, I know, is that I've come to a huge club. Now I have to write my own story here and make my mark so that this league can keep the standing that it holds. I told Samuel when he arrived that we are very, very, very happy to have him here. I say this not only as José Mourinho, but on behalf of a squad that is very happy to have him here.
The high-profile recruit scored his first competitive goal for Inter in the Supercoppa Italiana. He also won Inter a penalty in the Milan derby after being brought down in the area by Gennaro Gattuso. It was an important moment in the match, as it caused Gattuso to be yellow-carded. He was eventually sent off. Samuel scored his first goal from open play against Parma in a Serie A match. The exciting goal-scorer has since gone on to make 33 appearances for the Italian club and has scored 11 goals. Samuel Eto'o's club honours include winning the Intercontinental Cup with Real Madrid and 2 Copa del Reys. He's also claimed 3 La Liga titles, 2 Supercopa de España and 2 UEFA Champions League victories with Barcelona. Now approaching 30, he's looking forward to many prosperous seasons at Inter Milan. He appeared for the national side in the 1998 World Cup, where he was the youngest participant. He appeared in the team's 3-0 group stage loss to Italy at the age of 17 years and 3 months. He made a more useful contribution in the 2002 World Cup by netting the game winner against Saudi Arabia during the group stage. This was to be Cameroon's only win of the tournament. As his side star striker, he helped the team to the 2000 and 2002 Africa Cup of Nations. He was also an important part of the 2000 Olympic squad, which won the gold medal. At the 2003 FIFA Confederations Cup, Cameroon finished runners-up. Samuel scored his only goal of the tournament in a 1-0 group stage upset of South American giants Brazil. He was the top scorer in the 2006 Africa Cup of Nations tournament with 5 goals. However, 2006 didn't bring good news on every front. The team booked an early exit from the 2006 World Cup. Drawn in a group with Ivory Coast, Egypt, Sudan, Libya and Benin, they led the group for most of the time. However, a draw with Egypt in their final game wasn't enough to get them over the line. Samuel continues to star for the national side and was made captain of the team for his dominance on the pitch. The 2008 Africa Cup of Nations cemented his status as leader. He became the tournament's all-time top goal scorer during the 2008 competition. He scored his 14th goal with a penalty in a match against Zambia to equal the record. Then, in the following tie against Sudan on the 30th of January, he converted a penalty to take the record from Laurent Bocou. He scored again later in the match to take his tally to 16. Cameroon made it to the final of the tournament, and manager Otto Pfister was hopeful his side could overcome the pressure of the final.
We have to deal with the pressure. The players are used to playing big games. Pressure is a common thing in football. So I don't care about it, and the players don't care either. Pressure is just part of football, like the referee, the ball, or the fans.
They were due to meet Egypt in the final. The Egyptians had overcome Angola and the Ivory Coast in the knockout stage. And the strong 4-1 victory over Ivory Coast in the semis gave them plenty of confidence. Cameroon had faced Tunisia and Ghana in the knockout stage, winning both matches by a goal. Despite a good finals performance from Cameroon, Egypt won the match 1-0.
We messed up and let in a goal. But I think that we put on a good show. And we have work ahead of us.
Cameroon were in the match for the majority of the game. The winning goal came in the 77th minute, and the Egyptians claimed their 6th title. It was back down to business 2 years later. Samuel was optimistic about his team's chances.
We have to take into consideration that all teams at the Africa Cup of Nations and the World Cup are good. Even if we know we have a good team, we have to be cautious. I don't want to make any prediction, but the Cameroonian team is strong.
Despite such optimism, the team were bundled out in the quarter-finals. They were defeated once again by Egypt, who went on to win their 3rd consecutive title. Cameroon had little time to dwell on the loss before turning their attention to the 2010 World Cup campaign. The team had had a terrible start in the qualification stages. They suffered a shocking loss to the lesser-favoured Togo after drawing with Morocco. Manager Otto Pfister was replaced by Paul Le Guen. The impact was immediate. The team turned things around with wins against Gabon and the Panthers, and later Togo and Morocco to ensure qualification. Samuel Eto'o's international career has so far eclipsed that of any other player in his nation's history. During his time at Barcelona, Samuel Eto'o played alongside one of the greats of football, Ronaldinho. The Brazilian superstar played for Barcelona between 2003 and 2008, making 145 appearances and scoring 70 goals. Ronaldinho's talent was evident from an early age. When he was 13 and playing for a local junior team, the rising star scored all 23 goals in a 23-0 victory against another local team. The feat even caught the attention of the local media. He made his debut with the youth squad Grêmio. Ronaldinho then moved to French side Paris Saint-Germain in 2001, before moving to Spanish club Barcelona. Playing mainly as a left winger or attacking midfielder, Ronaldinho thrived at the Spanish club. His talents helped Barca to many titles. He has amassed over 20 individual honours, but his real legacy lies in his international achievements. Ronaldinho is one of the many stars of the Brazilian team, and is one of the very few to have played for his country at all age levels. He earned his first cap for the senior squad in 1999 in a 3-0 win over Latvia, and scored 1 goal during Brazil's victorious Copa America campaign. By the time the 2002 World Cup came around, Ronaldinho was a bona fide star. He formed a formidable offensive unit with Ronaldo and Rivaldo. The Brazilians went on to win the tournament, their 5th title. Along with Samuel Eto'o, Ronaldinho had a fantastic year in 2005, winning his 2nd consecutive FIFA World Player of the Year award, beating Chelsea's Frank Lampard and Samuel to the title. Ronaldinho had such a fantastic year that he scored 956 points in the voting, more than triple the score of the 2nd place getter Lampard. Ronaldinho left Barcelona in 2008 for Italian Serie A side AC Milan. Playing at a club like Barcelona has afforded Samuel to play alongside many champions of the game, such as Lionel Messi, who was elevated to the senior side in the same year that Samuel arrived at the club. Today, Messi is one of the brightest new superstars of the game. Still in his early 20s, the Argentinian striker has already bagged the swag of Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year nominations. He has frequently been compared to fellow Argentinian Diego Maradona, who has himself declared Messi as his successor. Messi's talent was identified early on by Barcelona. They offered him treatment for his growth hormone deficiency in part of a deal which enticed the teenager to travel to Europe to play for the club. He debuted in the 04-05 season, breaking the La Liga record not only as the youngest footballer to ever have played a league game, but also the youngest player to score a league goal. He soon became accustomed to success as Barcelona won the La Liga title in Messi's first season with the club. They also won the double the next season, taking home the Champions League title as well as the La Liga Championship. Messi became an integral part of the club's success from then on. He blossomed in the 06-07 season, making 26 appearances and scoring 14 goals. His amazing ability has been recognised by his haul of close to 40 individual honours. By the time Messi retires, his trophy room may well have taken over his whole house. An integral part of the Barcelona lineup, Lionel Messi has proved the only way is up after posting his best season so far in 09-10. Samuel Eto'o devotes his spare time to many good causes. The majority of his charity work so far has been in his African homeland. He has set up several scholarship programs and donated ambulances. He has also been involved in the building of hospitals and has set up football academies. He's a major star in his homeland, where he's revered as a role model by young fans, using his profile and wealth to help those less fortunate. In 2005, he won the African Footballer of the Year award.
The winner of the African Footballer of the Year award is Samuel Eto'o.
The award was a great honour for Eto'o, whose charity work has kept his connection to the continent strong. The win was all the more significant as it was his third consecutive win.
A man like Samuel Eto'o represents really equality and peace and charm for our young generation, Arabs and Jews alike.
Samuel has strong motivation for all the charity work he is involved in. He has spoken of how he grew up in a lost corner of Africa, a place where only 1 child out of 10 achieves a good level of education. At an early age, he developed the belief he was destined to leave his country and prosper, so he could come back and share his good fortune with others. His efforts at redistributing wealth have included creating a non-profit organisation aimed at educating children through football and a centre for youth education in the prison of Douala. In 2010, he became involved in the United for Africa campaign, which aims to support biodiversity worldwide and specific initiatives in Africa. Sponsor Puma produced the world's first continental football kit, named the Africa Unity Kit, in an effort to help bring the many nations of Africa closer together.
I take the example of Ivory Coast. Football is in the process of uniting this country, to bring together the people who were at one time separated. Football can do this, and it gives people hope.
Samuel believes strongly in the campaign, which is still battling to achieve its goals. Samuel Eto'o has claimed 14 individual honours so far. These include 3 consecutive African Player of the Year awards, the African Cup of Nations top scorer in 06 and 08, La Liga top scorer in 2006, and UEFA Champions League best forward in 2006. The trophy cabinet just keeps growing.
The happiness that I can give to the people means more to me than what I am paid. I believe that when I enter a football stadium and I see the people in the crowd happy and they enjoy a fantastic afternoon and they arrive home and everything was fantastic, and they tell their wives and friends that they saw a great game of football, I feel very proud of what I have achieved.
Samuel Eto'o has come a long way from his humble beginnings, but never loses sight of the debt he owes to his African homeland.